Hey everybody, my name is Andrew,
And I'm Suzanne.
and you're listening to Culips. Hey there, Suzanne.
Hey, Andrew. How's it going?
Oh, not too bad. How about yourself?
Pretty good, except I went to the gym 2 days ago for the first time in like 3 weeks. And it felt like it was the first time I'd ever worked out in my whole life. And I'm actually having trouble walking. My legs hurt so much that I actually couldn't get down the stairs to go grocery shopping yesterday.
Oh my, that sounds
Yeah.
like maybe you overdid it.
I guess so, but I didn't even do so much. It was really just the fact that I didn't work out for a while, and I think I'm kind of out of shape. So I think it kicked my butt a bit.
Well, I'm sure you'll get back into the swing of things after just a couple more days and
Of rest.
you'll feel
Yeah.
yeah, you'll feel good again soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Because walking, it's important, you know?
Super important, absolutely.
Yeah.
Suzanne, today we are back with a Speak Easy episode. And I love the Speak Easy series because it's where you teach us, me and all of the listeners, some interesting and very important pronunciation rules to help our pronunciation sound more natural and more understandable.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, of course. It's very fun. So, what are we covering today in this episode?
So today, we're covering one simple aspect of the larger idea of word stress. And we're looking at the kind of stress that is in a word that has two or more syllables. So some words in English that instead of having just one syllable, like walk or work, we know that has one syllable, so we stress that whole word. But if the word has two or more syllables, like walking or working, we have one syllable that's stressed or emphasized more than the other one. Now, it can get a little complicated when there are 3, 4, 5, or 6 syllables in a word. So today we're going to look at where to stress in a word that ends with ION, which is a common ending in English.
Absolutely. A very common ending for many nouns in English. And I think, Suzanne, if you speak a Romance language, you'll probably have words in your language that end with the same ending, but I believe the stress is different.
It is. And the pronunciation of the ION ending is also different. So before we actually look at the stress, we should just kind of quickly cover how to pronounce that ending.
Yeah.
Because I think, for example, in French, we might say sion,
Yep.
right? And we really pronounce the E and the on. And maybe in Italian, you might say tione.
I don't speak any Italian, Suzanne. I'm sorry. I can't help you there.
I'm super rusty. But many times in Romance languages, the ION is actually pronounced, making it a two-syllable interaction like eon. However, in English, you're going to make it one short, simple sound, and it is the common sound, like in the. And it is what we call a schwa, actually. This is a schwa vowel in phonetics, and it's the most common vowel sound in English. We're going to do another podcast on just the schwa, so we'll talk about that another time in more detail. But I just wanted to make sure that people knew, since we're focusing on ION words, that they know that it's just like shun, shun,
Shun, yes. So
shun.
to put it in the context of a word like communication, right? Shun, communication.
Shun. And in fact, some people you'll notice if you listen to many different speakers of English, you may notice that in North America, we actually sometimes use an I, like as in sit. And we might even say communication, shin. So
Shin, yeah. Shin, shun.
shin or shun, both are correct.
Yeah, yeah. Good point.
Yeah. So now we're going to listen to an example dialogue, and it's kind of a lengthy dialogue. And I want us to see if we can start to pick up the patterns of where the stress would be in ION ending words. So let's see if we can start to hear a pattern and guess what the rule is for this kind of word.
All right, so everybody listen for these words that end with ION, shun ending, and see if you can identify where the stress is placed in that word while you're listening to this dialogue. Okay, let's take a listen to it now. Hey, Kate, did you finish the communications homework?
No, not yet. I had to finish my application and get started on collecting my thesis information. Was it hard?
Well, after spending 2 hours on the same essay, I certainly had some frustration. What was the application you were working on?
Oh, it's for this not-for-profit organization that I want to work for my internship.
Oh, cool. Do they ask for any certifications? I know I have to renew some of mine.
No certifications at the moment. But I have to make a presentation of my experience with other corporations. Like I have time for more work.
Good luck. Okay, that was great, Suzanne. I think now let's listen to it one more time, but at a slightly slowed down pace. The first time we listened to it, that was full native speaker speaking speed. But now let's listen to it one more time at a slower pace. Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, here we go. Hey, Kate, did you finish the communications homework?
No, not yet. I had to finish my application and get started on collecting my thesis information. Was it hard?
Well, after spending 2 hours on the same essay, I certainly had some frustration. What was the application you were working on?
Oh, it's for this not-for-profit organization that I want to work for my internship.
Oh, cool. Do they ask for any certifications? I know I have to renew some of mine.
No certifications at the moment, but I have to make a presentation of my experience with other corporations. Like I have time for more work.
Good luck.
So, Andrew, now let's look at some of the words that we heard, the ION words. What words did you hear in that dialogue?
Whew, that was a gold mine of words that end with the shun ending, Suzanne. Good job making up that dialogue. Well, let's see. There was communications, application, certification, frustration, organization, corporation, presentation. Wow, lots and lots of shun words there.
Totally. So, what did you notice since you were pronouncing all of those words? What did you notice about where the stress was in those ION words?
All right, well, let's repeat one of the words again. Let's use frustration. Frustration, frustration. So the stress seems to be on that A sound, frustration, frustration, frustration.
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. Let's try another one. So maybe like application.
Application, application.
Yes.
Again, on that A vowel sound that comes in the middle of the word towards the end. Maybe the applique, so the third syllable.
Exactly. So if you think about it, that's the syllable that's right before the ION ending, right? If we add the ION to the word, or TION or SION, as it's sometimes spelled, we can then, ding, 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 make up a rule saying that when we have an ION ending, the stress in the word, or the emphasis, is going to go to the syllable that comes right before the ION ending, which is usually the second to the last syllable of the word. So if we sound out communication, we have 5 syllables, and the K is our second to the last syllable. Because the ION ending to that word makes that A the syllable that we emphasize, right? Communication.
Very, very cool. So simply, all we have to do is stress the syllable before the ION ending.
Yeah,
Wow, I love that.
that's your quick and dirty tip.
English, as our listeners know, has so many exceptions to the rule that it's really refreshing and nice when you can learn something that's as straightforward as this rule is.
Yes. And as we'll find out as we dive deeper and deeper into word stress, there will be many other exceptions, but in this case, it's nice and dependable, which is nice.
Sue, thank you for sharing this pronunciation rule with us today.
Of course. Yeah, my pleasure.
We should let everybody know that there is a study guide for this episode available to all QLips members to download from our website, qlips.com. So QLips members, you know that the study guide is there, but if you're not a QLips member, you might want to consider signing up so that you can get the study guide for this episode. It has some practice exercises, some audio exercises, even has the transcript in there. Yeah, if you're a QLips member, you don't get the study guide just for this episode, but for all of the episodes in our library. So it's a really great resource and an affordable resource. So check out our website, qlips.com, for all of that information.
Awesome. And don't forget that you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/QLips podcast. And we love to hear from you. So you can get in touch with us at contact@qlips.com.
That is right. Well, everyone, that's it for now, but we'll be back soon. So we'll talk to you then. Bye.
Bye.